All right, I'm going to mute all of you for now. And then if you have a question, this is, um, interactive. So don't hesitate to unmute yourself and ask any question as we go along. I want to preface this by saying I am a baby at this. Okay, I'm not an expert at this. I'm still learning. I'm learning every single day. I'm learning every single day, learning more and more how to use social media and how to promote on social media and get more results from social media on a shoestring budget, because I know many of us have a shoestring budget, and not all of us may not have the resources necessarily to do a lot of investing and so forth. But I will stress, you need to be able to invest in your business. You have to be willing to invest a little bit in the resources in order to make that happen, such as Constant Contact or MailChimp or something like that. A lot of the things that you're able to do are actually free. The LinkedIn pages and the Facebook pages. It's the ads that cost things or the boost that cost things, but you can do it on a shoestring budget and so forth. I'm learning more and more with that process, particularly through LinkedIn. I have a coach. In fact, he sent me an email on Friday. He sends me an email every Friday and says, "Hey, maybe you should have done this with your ad," and so forth. And it's a video that he sends me and says, "Do this and do that." And some of the things he says to do, I thought I did, and I go back and look and say, "Oh, I didn't click that button, or I didn't click, something that to make it more effective." So what I really want to do today was just maybe give you the information of what I've learned, what I think you should start doing moving forward if you're not already doing it, and some tips on how to make sure that you're getting the results that you want to get. But again, feel free to ask questions, Mike. If you have a question, just put it on the chat box. It should pop up as well, and I'll try to get to that in time. So appreciate y'all being on this here today. So what we're going to focus on here today, let me move all these around. What we're going to focus on today is we're going to talk about how to create a LinkedIn and Facebook profile that works and matches. And that's key. I'm going to show you what I've done across all of my social media platforms, and how literally if you go to whether it be LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, you're going to see the same picture. You're going to see the same background that allows backgrounds and things of that nature. And I'm going to touch on that. Have a separate business and personal page on social media platforms. One of the things that statistics proves this is that you need a page, actually two, basically, pages that are focused solely on business. Have a separate page, maybe with a nickname or something of that nature, particularly on Facebook, where you can talk about all the politics and all the religion and everything else that you want to talk about or comment on and things of that nature. But have a separate page that people can contact with you when it comes to business and business related things. And I'm going to show you mine. I actually have 3 Facebook pages and 2 LinkedIn pages and 3 Instagram pages, just to give you an example. And only through my social media stuff are the business ones tied together, not on my personal one. If I want to like or do something of that nature, to anything that I've done on the business side, on my personal side, I have to do it manually. So keep them separate. That is extremely important. One of the things that I see across social media, and I'm seeing more and more of this on LinkedIn, is people talking about politics, talking about religion, talking about social issues and things of that nature. And that's okay. You can talk about those issues. I'm not telling you not to have your opinion and so forth. All I'm telling you is that you should have a separate profile when it comes to your business. Because if you use your business profile and your business setup, and you're on there talking about politics or religion or anything of that nature, then you're going to alienate potentially half, if not more, your particular audience. And from my perspective, this is how I look at it: is we're all human beings. We all have, I think, the core belief inside that we want to work with each other, help each other. Most of us, if not all of us, have an open mind, and will listen to things that we don't necessarily agree with and so forth. But on the business side, that's not the place to talk about that. So I can't stress that enough, that if you don't have a separate business page. What I mean by that is where, like, if you go to my Facebook, it's John W. Reed. You will not find my, well, you may be able to find my personal page, not on there that much, but I have a separate page for all of my family members that I'm connected with them, my own personal friends that I'm connected with, family that's outside of the country that I'm connected with. But any business ones are on my John W. Reed Facebook page, because that's where people, they know my name. And that John W. Reed Facebook page is tied to my Meta business. So anything I do on my Jag page is tied to my John W. Reed page, but it's not tied to my personal page. So just keep that in mind. I highly recommend that. If you haven't done that, you should do that. We're going to talk about how to increase your followers. This was new to me. It's a great way to actually, I'm going to talk about a couple different ways to be able to do that, both on Facebook as well as on LinkedIn, and how to increase your followers. By the way, without paying, I don't pay for any LinkedIn service, just so you know. I don't pay for the Sales Navigator on LinkedIn. I don't pay for the premium on LinkedIn. I don't do any of that. And you don't have to do that necessarily either. I'm going to show you, we're going to talk about how to target market to your specific demographics. So when I was first starting out on this in social media, I was kind of doing a blanket approach, and my last ad, unfortunately or accidentally, I did a blanket approach. You really want to narrow it down, and I thought I had narrowed it down. Again, I'm in the learning process. So again, keep in mind, this is just the beginning, but I felt very compelled to share this information with you. And in fact, I postponed it because I thought I knew enough that I could share it 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, not really. I made a lot of mistakes. And I'm like, okay, let me work a couple more times with my coach before I start trying to help you all out. And the reason why I'm doing this is I know you're all getting bombarded with ads and things to be able to purchase this or purchase that. We'll teach you how to do LinkedIn. We'll how to teach you how to do Facebook. And I just thought, you know what? We're paying for that. For Jag's paying for me to be able to do all that. And so if I can learn it and teach it to you for free to help you grow your business without you having to put that money into having someone else teach you that, I figured that's what I wanted to accomplish. And that way that frees up more money for you to actually do the promotions that you want to do. So I'm going to show you how to target market for specific demographics, strategies, how to improve your presence and results on social media, and how to do ad designs to get folks to respond to you on a shoestring budget. Doesn't take a lot. Give you an example. I have a virtual seminar tonight on Social Security maximization and reducing your income taxes in retirement. It's about a 75-minute seminar that I do twice a month. I used to do them every week. I did them every week in April and May and June, and I was having an outside source run those ads for me, and I wasn't getting the clientele that I wanted to get. I was basically getting, any of you that have maybe done seminars in the past, the plate lickers or the tire kickers and things of that nature, and 95+% of them had no money. And I really wanted to figure out how to target and market to where I want to talk with people that have money. Now, that does mean I'm going to get less results. But to give you an example, I have 10 people scheduled for my seminar tonight to attend that, when typically under the old system, I had anywhere from 15 to 25 that would schedule for that. But out of those 15 to 25, 14 to 24 literally were not qualified, had no money, and I could not help in any way, shape, or form. Versus these 10, they're more qualified simply from the perspective that I did the demographics of the markets that I wanted to focus on, and we'll touch that. And the other thing I did was I'm running multiple ads. I'm running a video ad, if any of you have seen it, and I'm running 2 separate graphic ads as well. And I'm not spending a lot. I'm spending, I think, $10 a day on my graphic ads, and I am spending more on my video ads because you tend to get more response. I'm spending, I think, $25 a day for those, and I'm doing them for basically 6 days. So for about $200 or so, $200 to $250, I'm getting 10 leads of individuals, hopefully, that have the assets to be able to purchase either an annuity or an IUL. That's the focus of my webinars, is those products. you're not going to find, and they're reaching out to me. So again, that's why it's critical to understand social media and getting out there and things of that nature. And we're going to touch on some resources for you to use and design and promote your business. Many are free as well. So we're going to focus on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Now, truthfully, it's really Meta and LinkedIn. Now, TikTok, I've heard a lot about TikTok. Okay, don't do TikTok. TikTok is great. I'm going to tell you right now, TikTok's great for the millennials. TikTok's great for Generation Z, and we're going to touch on that a little bit as well. And don't be afraid to talk to that age group. I am learning so much more, particularly from my daughter, who's 26 years of age, by the way, who's now going through her licensing process. She really believes in the IUL concept for the millennial and Gen Z generation, because it's just a tremendous way to be able to create a tax-free retirement. And they have the longevity to be able to do that. And these young folks, statistics prove they're far ahead of you and me at that age when it comes to planning for retirement, preparing for retirement, and saving for retirement. I'm blown away by what my daughter has done in a short period of time from a financial standpoint. I mean, she's invested in stocks and things of that nature, just really way ahead of where I was at the age of 26, that's for sure, as well. So we're going to touch on that. So your online presence matters more than ever before. And why is that? Now, many of you have heard the statistics in the past where 77% of folks do go online and look at you and see who they're going to do business with before they do business. Well, that statistics pretty much remain the same. It's 78% was the latest statistic that I saw. Here's the difference, though. When that statistic of 77% was like 3 or 4 years ago, it still said only 22% of them wanted to do business virtually. That's changed. Out of the 78%, the statistic I just saw, out of the 78%, over 70% of them don't want to meet with you person to person. They want to do business virtually. And that is the beauty of our industry and the future of where we're going and our ability to help more others and get outside of our bubble in our local communities and really expand our market and focus in other areas as well. Good example is mortgage protection insurance, okay? Mortgage protection insurance in California is not very lucrative. It just simply isn't. Why is that? The homes are too expensive. The vast majority in California that want that home protection are typically older. And when you talk to them about spending $700, $800, $900 a month for mortgage protection, they're like, take a hike. Well, we've spent a lot of money, several $1,000s on mortgage protection leads. And unfortunately, the vast majority of them don't go through. I think if we were lucky, if I really looked at everything, we may have broke even. But the reality of it is that in today's world, because of the housing price here in California, it doesn't work. But guess where it does work? Louisiana, Arkansas, Georgia. Jonathan's on the line. I think he can confirm that. Louisiana, Arkansas, Georgia, the southern states in those areas are doing extremely well with mortgage protection right now. And in fact, using IULs for mortgage protection. So this really does free you up to do more markets and to focus and kind of broaden your horizon when it comes to areas that you work. So here's some statistics you may not be aware of. 93% of online experiences begin with a search engine. They go into Google, that's the number one, or Yahoo or whatever. You've got to have a website. If you don't have one, get one. Now, if you want it cheap and you want to do a monthly one, there's companies out there that do it. I would refer you to FMG. FMG is out of San Diego. I work with FMG. They do a lot of my social media, automatic posts and so forth, and we're going to touch on that. They also do website designs, but there's free ones out there where you can design it yourself. You've got to have an online presence, okay? But it's more than just an online presence, and we're going to touch on that. Leads from search engines, this statistic blew me away, have a 14.6% average close ratio. Again, this comes from FMG marketing based on, I'm not exactly, I think that was from Lima or something. 14.6 versus a lead that you buy and call in today's world. First of all, if you can even get them to answer, right? How many people actually pick up the phone and answer? 1.7% close ratio. Think about that. Why is it higher on the search engine from leads on the search? Because they're reaching out to you. Think about that. They're literally reaching out to you. Now, you could make the argument, well, on the leads that I'm buying, they're reaching out to me too. Yeah, here's the problem in a lot of lead company cases is you're not the only one. I don't care how exclusive they say it is. You all have experienced that have purchased leads that you know that a lot of times you may be the second, third, fourth, fifth, or 10th caller. That leads to very low close ratios for leads versus somebody finding you online and reaching out to you. So if you don't have a web presence, you got to get a website. Even if you work from home, you've got to get a website if you don't have a website, okay? And agents and brokers get on average 11 more signed deals per year if they have a calendar link on their website. Now, I just saw the statistic last week, and I had my web developer putting my calendar link on my website for people that if they want quotes or they want instant information, they're going to click on that and immediately schedule an appointment with me and go straight to my calendar. I invest in a Calendly calendar. Now, there's free ones out there. I use Calendly because it's easily linked into all my social media websites, and it's not expensive. I think it's like 15 bucks a month. It's not that big a deal. Again, invest in your business. So if you don't have a calendar link, get one and make sure it's on your website. And if you don't have a website, get a website and put the calendar link on it, okay? That's gonna help you a lot. And then as I mentioned in the beginning, keeping personal, professional, and business pages separate. I have 3 Facebook pages. Okay, I have a John W. Reed Facebook page. Most of you on this call are connected with me on John W. Reed. I don't think anybody on this call is connected with me on my personal page. You may or may not be. Maybe my BFI is. And then I have my JAG Insurance page, which is my company page tied to my John W. Reed. Now, I do have 3 or 4 family members tied to my John W. Reed page. And that is because they promote me. They like and share most of my links with their groups in their states that I'm licensed in. Most of them are in Florida, Texas, in that area. I only have 3 or 4 that I'm connected with on my John W. Reed page. And they promote our business when they see something that's posted. That's the only reason why I do that. When I get family members that or personal close friends that want to connect with me, I tell them I'm not going to connect with you on John W. Reed, and then I give them my personal Facebook page that they can connect with me on. Completely different. It's completely different. Okay. And then, as I mentioned in the beginning, keep your personal opinions about politics, religion, and other social issues off your professional and business pages. There are keyboard warriors out there. They're just out there, period. I even get them when I don't even talk about politics. Somebody will try to respond and say, oh, you're lying about living benefits, or, you know, this one company's buy term invested difference is far better than an IUL or a whole life or whatever. And you know, you're going to get it. You're going to get those. You know, there are keyboard warriors out there. But if you put personal opinions about politics, religion, other social issues on your professional and business page, whoo, see what happens. I have a couple friends that have done that, and you'll see 30, 40 responses, of most of them negative. Again, those keyboard warriors. So again, I encourage you to set up your own separate page, maybe using a nickname on Facebook or so forth. Now, LinkedIn, I don't have a personal page. Why is that? Because LinkedIn really is for business. It's not for personal. It is for business. It's for education. I follow a lot of folks in the industry on LinkedIn that just provide a ton of valuable education. We're talking Tom Hegna. We're talking Joe Jordan. We're talking Charlie Gipple. They're just people on there that provide a lot of valuable free information. Yes, ultimately, like Charlie is an IMO. Good, love Charlie. He's extremely knowledgeable about the more complicated financial side of life insurance and annuities. But they provide so much valuable information. So again, if you're not on LinkedIn, I highly encourage you to get on LinkedIn, and then make sure you connect with me as well. And then make sure your professional and your business pages look the same. It's about repetition and creating familiarity with potential clients. Now, some of you may or may not know this, but prior to getting in the insurance business 22 years ago, I was in the advertising business. I was in the newspaper and publishing business. I was actually the ad director. Anybody know Southern California? I was the advertising director for the Los Angeles Media's news group when they first came to Southern California and purchased the San Gabriel Valley Tribune, Pasadena Star News, Whittier Daily News, Redland Daily Facts, San Bernardino County Sun newspaper. I was the ad director and classified ad director for those newspapers. And prior to that, having run Auto Trader for 6 years and so forth. I don't say that to brag, but my background really was in marketing and advertising. And one of the things that I know about marketing and advertising is that it's about repetition. It's about continually keeping your client, them focused on what you have to offer and about you. And a lot of that, truthfully, when it comes to LinkedIn and Facebook, the vast majority of the stuff you want to post, and hopefully you get this when you see my stuff, and if you have seen my stuff, the vast majority of the things that I post are about education. It's about, I'm giving you free information. I'm inviting you to a free webinar. I'm literally not selling anything. I think my latest one I talked about the 7 reasons why you should have life insurance. Definitely, obviously asking, yes, adding value. You're right, Sabrina. It's about creating that value proposition for your client. Look at social media. Here's one of the things that really hit me was 10 years ago, 12 years ago, when we launched JAG, we launched JAG by networking, going to networking groups. Now, back then, you all know, it was about, you go to Christian Business Partners, or you go to LaTip, or you go to BNI, or whatever that case may be. Well, when we launched JAG, the 2 organizations that I joined one was called Coffee Shake, and one was Christian Business Partners, which I'm still a part of. In fact, I was there this morning before this meeting, and we'll be presenting next Tuesday at the Christian Business Partners Covina chapter, virtually, by the way, which is cool. You don't have to drive anywhere, which is nice. But you have to build it up. So I use the example, and some of you have heard this story before, is when we first launched JAG, I went to Coffee Shakes is the one I'm going to touch on. When I went there were 6 other agents in the insurance business as part of this group. And there was about 40 so people, 40 to 50 people that were part of this group at the time. Great group. Unfortunately, it got sidetracked, but in any event, great group. But out of those 6, virtually none of them were talking to each other. None of them. 2 were kind of talking to each other and had befriended each other. But other than that, nobody was talking to anybody else. Why? Because they thought they were competition. Okay. And then the other thing is I think a lot of people, not just insurance, when they go into networking, they go in there thinking, what can I get out of this? Not what can I give? You've got to go look into social media like networking. What can I give? Not what I can get out of. It's going to take time. If you sign up with anybody to do your social media, and I'm going to give you a referral to somebody that can help you. I don't make anything to do that, by the way. They're going to tell you it's a minimum of 3 months. It takes 3 to 6 months. Well, lo and behold, that's what traditional networking takes. 3 to 6 months for people to learn more about you, respect you, and get to know you better. And going back to this Coffee Shake, as I said, nobody was talking to each other. And within 6 months, every single agent in that group, with the exception of one, and I won't mention that they were with Primerica, with the exception of one, we're not only talking with each other, but all of us were working together. We were all helping each other. And most of them ended up being a part of JAG, and a couple of them are actually on the call here today, still with us 10 plus years later. So you got to look at it like networking. Remember when you first started networking and promoting your business, it didn't happen overnight. It takes time to build. So give it some time. I'm basically in my fourth month. I'm actually in my second month of doing it myself, but I'm basically in my fourth or fifth month overall. And I took a month off because I was really struggling with having somebody else doing it and not getting the results I wanted. So that's important. But keep your professional and business page, make them look the same. Pictures the same, backgrounds the same if they can be, or very similar. It's about repetition. It's like advertising. It's like marketing. It takes a minimum of 7 impressions for somebody to remember you. That's statistical fact. It takes something like 23 impressions for somebody to want to pick up the phone and call you. So it really is about consistency. It's about being active and so forth. And we're going to touch on that as well. And make sure you're set up for Google My Business. It's free. That is probably one of the best things that I did. Now, I've been struggling with Google My Business and trying to get set up with Google My Business for over 2 months. Let me tell you why. Google did not have my correct address. They didn't have our suite number. They didn't have my correct email address. They just assumed when they put it on my business that it was info@jag-insurance.com because our website was jag-insurance.com, or it is. It's also jag-ia.com. You can click on both and it goes there to that website. We own both of those domains. But they had it wrong. I couldn't make any changes. I couldn't go in and do any ads. I couldn't go in and update anything, nothing at all. So I had to finally, getting a hold of Google, good luck, not going to happen. Well, I finally was able to get somebody there to correct some things, and now I have Google My Business this month, and I'm going to show you when we go there, since I've done Google My Business, how many people have found me on maps or in a Google search just this month. And you're going to see that. I encourage you to go do Google My Business. Even if you're a home-based business, if you don't have an office, do Google My Business. Because that way, if you go and Google life insurance agents in Upland, you're going to see if I don't come up, right now I'm running ads, so I'll probably come up. But if I don't come up in the list, I'll come up in the business list. When it lists the insurance companies in Upland, I'm usually JAG's usually the first, second, or third one on that list. And it's there on the very front page. And I paid nothing for that. Nothing to be on that business list, okay? Now, I am paying for Google Ads, and I'm going to touch on that because they gave me $500. So I'm doing $17 a day, $517 for the month. I'm getting a month's worth of ads for 17 bucks. These are things that you're able to do once you set up the Google My Business. So I highly encourage you to do that. Sabrina says she loves Google My Business. Absolutely does. And it's free. Again, why not do it? It's free. Now, you may be uncomfortable listing your house as your address. I get that. But if you want to promote yourself, people want to know that you're a legitimate business. People want to know that you're online. People want to be able to Google Maps you and things of that nature. So I highly encourage you to do that. All right. So as I said, repetition and familiarity is key to building relationships online. Yeah, Sabrina says, I asked for referrals from my Google business. You should be asking referrals from everybody. I ask for referrals all the time. And some of you know, because you get my email blast, and I'm going to show you some things on that. I'm also blasting. I have over almost 2,000 contacts in our contact list. Many of them are our agent, your clients. We're asking them to reach out to you to get more information. So hopefully you're getting some things from that as well. We're trying to promote you as well in our promotions. So when I talked about being repetition and familiarity, is you want your page headers and everything to look pretty much the same. So you'll see this is my professional Facebook page header. It's not my personal header. It's my Facebook page. Now, some of you know me really well, like Carl. I bet he could probably guess what my personal header is on my Facebook page. I won't mention the Kansas City Chiefs, but just in case you want to know. So this is my professional Facebook page header. And this is Jag's professional Facebook page header. Do you see anything different? Probably not. Why? Because there's nothing different. Okay. This is my LinkedIn page. Now, this is on my business professional LinkedIn page, my name. You see, I got my signature there. I didn't have room to put everything in there, but on LinkedIn, I'm really trying to promote my Social Security maximization and the annuity side of the business. And then when they come to my webinars, they'll learn a little bit more. And then check it out. Here's Jags. Does that not look familiar with Facebook? It, again, when it comes to marketing and advertising, it's about repetition. It's about seeing and being the same. And it's funny, I kind of lost track of that, having been out of the advertising and marketing industry for as long as I've been out of it. And it was actually my coach that talked about, the repetition. And it's funny, like when you write, we all learn how to ride a bicycle, and then we don't ride a bicycle for 25 years, and then we get back on the bike again, thinking, oh my God, I don't know how to ride a bicycle. Once you get on it, you go, oh, wow, I can't believe I didn't forget how to ride a bicycle. Well, that's kind of how it was for me. I did forget that repetition and familiarity is key. And now I've gone back to that. And the results are starting to definitely improve because of it. And we're going to touch on that. So we're going to go to my different pages. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing so you can see what and how I'm doing it. And again, I'm going to open this up with questions and so forth for you to be able to do it. So before we do that, I want to touch on, make sure you go do Google Maps. Make sure you do Google My Business. By doing Google My Business, actually, I should have came out first. You're going to be on Google Maps, and you could potentially be listed very well on Google Maps. You want to become a meta business partner. Okay, and how you become a meta business partner is you create a separate business page tied to a professional page, your professional page. Keep your personal one separate. By being a meta business partner, when you place an ad, you're not placing an ad just on Facebook. You're placing an ad across their entire platforms, which is cool because I don't know about you, but on my phone, I have 3 games on here, just 3. Always been on here. In fact, I'm on my solitaire. I play Vegas. I'll just show you. I play Vegas solitaire, and I'm almost at $1 million in solitaire. I keep teasing my wife saying, hey, since I get to $1 million, they're going to pay me out now. But when I play this, and at the end, an ad comes up. I noticed my ad was coming up on this. And then I did some research and found out that on Meta Business, it's going across all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It goes on all of those platforms automatically. It goes through in their Facebook feeds. It goes anywhere, any business that Meta owns, my ad goes on there. I'm not paying anything extra for that. Okay, my budget is still my budget, which is cool. Again, I was not a fan of Facebook. You all know, those that have been with me for a long time, I was not. I was ticked off the way they were blocking me from advertising our healthcare programs and things of that nature and so forth. And trying to make it, a lot of that nonsense has gone away. It's really a good platform. And let me tell you why it's a really good platform for what we do. The number 1 fastest growing age group on Facebook and Meta is the 50 plus. If you want to focus on the 50 plus age group, you got to be part of Meta. You want to have that Facebook, those 2 different Facebook, your professional one that's tied to your business page. And if you don't have a separate business page, have a separate professional page just solely focused on your business. Okay. Not everybody on this call has a corporation. Jag is a corporation. That's a separate entity. We can have a separate business page with Jag. Go do a DBA. In California, I don't know how it is in the other states, but in California, if you're licensed in the state of California, you don't need a city license, a city business license. Your life insurance license covers all those. I've had the city come to our office in Upland and say, hey, you have to have a business license. And I'm like, hey, no, you don't. And I've had a couple times, both City of Upland and actually Chino, when we did an event in Chino, said, I'm not required by law to have a business license. This is good enough. And I showed them the section within the code in California that says that. You know, most of them now know. If you're not on LinkedIn, you should be on LinkedIn, and you should be active on LinkedIn. And I'm going to touch on that, what I mean by being active on LinkedIn as well. LinkedIn is a great source. My thing about LinkedIn initially was it's great for education, but there's so many people on there that do what we do. Well, my LinkedIn coach made it very clear to me. He said, well, that's because you're connected with so many people in your industry. You've got to connect with people outside of the industry. You've got to promote outside of the industry in order to get more connections outside of the industry. And you'll be surprised. The actual percentage of people in our industry, this comes from LinkedIn, the actual percentage of people in the insurance and financial services industry that are licensed in the United States that are on LinkedIn, check it out, is less than 3%. So it's not a saturated market. I used to think it was a saturated market. It's not a saturated market. Not a lot of folks in our industry are on LinkedIn, and the vast majority do not use it as the tool that it's capable of. I was one of those. I've changed my opinion and changed what I do on LinkedIn. And those that are connected with me on LinkedIn know that, because you're seeing more and more posts from me. And then if you want to focus on that Gen Z and that millennial market, TikTok is the way to go. Set aside the TikTok. I know, it's owned by communist government and so forth like that. But it is a growing source from a business perspective if you want to reach that generation of those individuals. And I'm telling you, those young folks, I mean, $400 a month was nothing for my daughter. It was like, let's do it. In fact, she wanted to do more. She asked, can I do more? Let's do it. She was putting God, I wish I was doing that, $1,000 away a month in a slush fund, just in a regular bank account, because she wanted to put it somewhere for retirement, but wasn't sure where she wanted to put it. Her company doesn't do 401k matching. And after she learned my philosophy about 401k, she knew she didn't want to do that from a tax perspective. So that's one of the markets. Okay. So before we go to any of the links, are there any questions that I can answer for anybody up to this point? All right. So we're going to go, I'm going to show you our website first. So this is, if you haven't seen our professional website, this is our professional website called, you can go to jag-insurance.com, or you can go to jag-ia.com. It's going to send you to that. You'll see that little lock up there. Okay. So I'm pretty well protected from scammers. Still get them, believe it or not. It links to my LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram as well. Okay. I have a home about us. They haven't changed our picture yet. Make sure your picture's updated. Our picture's updated. I've sent them the pictures to update. They haven't done that yet. You can see under healthcare, I got Medicare, health share, vision and dental, long-term care, life insurance, term, IUL, whole life, final expense, living benefits, mortgage protection, recruiting opportunities. I'm looking for career, and then retirement planning. And this is the one I promote. Okay. And you'll see right here, schedule an appointment with John. Look at that. All they got to do is click there, and they can go straight and they're on my calendar to schedule an appointment with me. Now that just came up yesterday. So hopefully we'll start seeing some feedback on that. So if you don't have a website, I highly encourage you. Now ours is pretty comprehensive. We have 10 pages. It's not cheap. We spent about $6,000 for the hosting, design, and the pages for this and all the links. The beautiful thing is this, our host person, the person that developer that does this, typically updates most of my stuff for free, versus the other ones that are cheaper. You pay monthly. You're going to pay each time you ask for an update. But there's ones out there. David Gutierrez of CBP, our artist design, I have to give it to you. I'll give it here, but he's in CBP. He's pretty reasonable. He can get you up and running. So you see that's our website. Okay. There. Oops. Then this is our company LinkedIn. Okay. Now here's the nice thing. I'm going to go home. So here's my professional. Okay. So one of the things that I highly recommend is that you go in. I do this almost every morning. Okay. Let's see if I have it here. LinkedIn. Well, I'll do it next time. Virtually every morning, I go in here and I read my feed. So like this, life happens. I will typically go in and like, and if I like this ad, I will share it, okay, with a comment, and then I will post it. And then I'll go to my Jag page and Jag will like it, okay? Now, everybody that's in my first will typically see this. If anybody is my first connection that sees this and clicks on it or likes it, then everybody in their first connection will see it. Isn't that pretty cool? So you should do this a minimum of twice per week. I do it almost every day. I average about 20 posts to 25 posts a month on LinkedIn. Virtually all of them are either repost or maybe one or two of them at the most are ones that I type. You also want to mention maybe somebody's name. So like, let's say I like a post. So like my daughter posted this. She works for Confluent. I may go in there, whether it's typically Confluent, I won't, but let's say I'll go into Charlie Gipple, post something about National Life or something. And I'll say, great post, Charlie Gipple. Thanks for posting. Why is that important? Because everybody who is connected in some form or fashion to Charlie Gipple is going to see that. Okay. So you get more views. And again, you're building your reputation. You're building that, for yourself. So every morning I go here and look at every morning, I typically have somebody that's trying to connect with me. Okay. And then I get notifications as well. I know who's viewed my profile. If you're not already doing this, okay. Job changes, I'll go in and congratulate folks as well that have a job change. Birthdays, I will go in if I see a birthday on here and say, happy birthday. Wishing you a wonderful and blessed day celebrating, okay? My only connection to that person may be LinkedIn. I don't know. But again, it's the activity. And it doesn't take long. If you just take 15, 20 minutes a day and do it first thing in the morning with your LinkedIn and Facebook, it's going to create the reputation and activity that you want, okay, as well. So you'll see over here, just this week, I've had 85 people look at my profile. By the way, that used to be like maybe 10 to 12. Because of my activity, I'm having more and more people view my profile. I've actually had some major company senior vice presidents and a couple CEOs connect with me of insurance carriers because of what they're seeing that I'm posting. And look at that. Just as we're talking, I don't know if you noticed, I have somebody else that just came on and they accepted my invitation. Wonderful. I'm going to touch on that here in a minute. Okay. Impressions of my post. So these are impressions of posts that I either forwarded or shared, or like this post here. I have a company called FMG out of San Diego. And if you want more information on them, let me know and I'll send it to you. For $99 a month, I've set up where they will automatically post 3 to 5 times a week in categories that I want them to post on. And actually, I could have them do a lot more. I could have them send out emails to my client list, to constant contact. I do that on my own. I want to be more personalized. I don't want it to be that way. And by the way, this is all new content as well. Every month is all new content. You can use their content. I'll show you. So they have the content library, current events, holidays, most popular, retirement, which I do. A lot of my posts are on retirement. So I'll click on that and I can do emails. Here's a new one, social sequence. I'll probably do this. So what this is cool is this will happen. It's an ongoing story, basically of the same thing. In fact, I already did that one. Same thing where it just automatically goes. And if you follow it, it's the same format and so forth. So I highly encourage you to take a look at them. They'll create a landing page for you. They do websites as well. So I encourage you to look at them. They're my back-end marketing. So you can see on this, I've had 38 impressions. Now, the downside to FMG is I have to go in most of the time and include a hashtag. So typically I will go back in and I'm going to edit. And one of the hashtags I'm going to include is our company. Why is that? Because when somebody goes in and clicks that, it actually in Google's and Facebook's and LinkedIn's algorithm, it shows that I'm having additional interaction. And the more interaction that your clients have with you, even if it's just clicking on that, the more likely you're going to move up the food chain, for lack of a better description, when people are looking for information that you may be offering. So when you do that, make sure you put your name. And actually, it was my buddy Carlos Garcia, who was also part of CBP's running for city council. He's going to have a hard time with re-election because nobody's running against him. Great guy. Nobody's running against him. He'll be easily. So anyway, you can see my impressions of the post are 38. This one here, not doing so great. This one came from Constant Contact. Let me tell you why this one is not doing as good as this one. Simply put, this one is not doing as good is because it comes from Constant Contact and it requires them to click on that link or click on that link. Most LinkedIn, Facebook, they don't necessarily like that. But the more people that click on it, then the more that they're going to promote it. So you can see this one came over from my Constant Contact, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Again, this one came from FMG, and you'll see it's consistent. It's about consistency. This was done 18 hours ago. This one was done 3 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days ago, 5 days ago. Okay. So it's just about consistently posting information for folks to be able to see. But let's go down to my JAG Insurance. This is JAG Insurance. I've had 43 people this week visit JAG Insurance. That used to be less than 10 for sure, less than 5 on most weeks. Just making the changes that I've made in the last 60 days, you can see 43 in just this week alone. So you'll see here, I can look at all my page posts, but what I want to go to is my ads. And this is where you can set up, if you have a separate page for your business, you can set up an ads page. Why isn't I clicking on my ads? Come on. There we go. So you'll see, this is my ad for tonight. Okay. This is my picture ad. Okay. Whoops. I don't want to do that. So this is my picture ad. Okay. These are my stats for that. I've had 12,667 people see that ad. I've had 145 people click on that ad. That's 145 people that have clicked to look for more information about my webinar for tonight. Okay? Not bad. If you click on this, you'll be able to schedule directly for my webinar tonight at 6:30. Okay? Here's my video ad. Again, my video ad has had 14,353 people see that ad 22 people clicked on the video ad and watched it. Total of 16,187 people have seen the ad. 14,000 were sponsored, meaning that those were people that I paid for. Okay. Out of the total, 46 people clicked on and listened to my ad. So 22 I paid for, 24 I got for free. That's how it works. Total of 46 people. So between these two ads, I've had almost 200 people click on my ads and look at what I'm talking about. Well, I've spent about $200, $250 combined. So that's about $1 to $2 a lead or a click, I should say. Not bad. Not a lead, I should say. It's ended up being, 10 leads. And actually, I've already got 3 appointments with 13 leads from these ads. Not bad, about $20 a lead for potential clients. Now, how you do that is you go to you can manage the ad, but let's say you want to, create an ad. So I'm going to go to I don't want to view as a member. I want to go to my ads. Where's my? Boy, now I'm drawing a blank. Let's go here. And let's go to my ad page, manage post activity. I'm there already. Well, there should be another button here that lets me go to I'm on my super admin view. Sorry about this, but hey, like I said, I'm learning as we go. Oh, there we go. Advertise. Knew there was a button here. So there's my there's my campaign page. Okay, and I have one account. That's my account. Jag Insurance is active. Okay, I'm gonna click on that. Okay, we're gonna go back here. I meant to click on my ad. There we go. Clicked on the wrong one. So you see, I have 3 campaign groups. I have one for my inflation seminar that I do, one for my Social Security that I'm going to be doing tonight and taxes, and then I do the webinar ads as well. These 2 right here, I created in the beginning. These were like really learning. Okay, but you'll see that my average CTR 0.42, 0.28. Total average 0.66. The average, one of the things my coach has said is whatever I'm doing, it is getting far better results than the average on LinkedIn. This latest one, I'm getting 1.14%. Okay. And you'll see the average cost per click is only $1.20, which is nice. So you can go in and create an ad. You can set the budget for the ad. Why is this one paused? That should not be paused. I must have clicked on it by accident. So you can see for this one, and I'm doing website visits. That's what I want. I've had 709 impressions on this particular ad. Oh no, that's different. Sorry. See, I'm still learning. I did this one where I was giving away the free book. Some of you actually asked for that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my accounts. This is the one that I'm running now. Okay. Where am I? No, that's not the one. There we go. So that's the one I'm running now. It's costing me $1.20 per visit, per click. Okay, had 12,679 people click on it. and you've already seen the ad. They're actually pretty easy to create. It's hard to go in and show you exactly how to do that right now, but it's very cheap. I spent $173. I've had 12,000 people see it. I've had 145 people click on it. That's $1.20 per ad. Out of the people that registered, it cost me $13.69 per thousand people that have seen the ad. And then out of the people that have registered, it's cost me basically $17 per lead. Counting Facebook, probably about $20 per lead for my seminar tonight. So I encourage you to go in and set up those pages separately. Go in and create your personal page, your professional page, make them all sync. You don't need to be paying, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to have somebody teach you how to do this. If you just start doing ads on LinkedIn and Facebook, just so you know, they will provide you a coach for free. LinkedIn is giving me a coach for free for 90 days. So every week I get an update. Every week I get advice. I can either meet with them personally or they send me a video of the things that I need to do to fix. So again, I highly encourage you to do that. Also, I have a YouTube channel. If you don't have a YouTube channel, get a YouTube channel. Now, I hadn't posted on the YouTube channel for a long time. I think the last time was 2 years ago. I finally posted my webinar on protecting your retirement a couple days ago, 4 days ago. I'm going to be posting tonight's webinar on my YouTube channel. I'm also going to be doing individualized training from everything from final expense to how to do illustrations on IULs, whole life, and things of that nature that I'm going to be posting here. So I'm going to encourage you to go out and subscribe to my YouTube page. In fact, an email is going to go out later today or tomorrow with that link where you can go and actually subscribe to my YouTube page. I encourage you to do a YouTube page. If you're going to promote and so forth, keep them very short. If you can see, all these are typically less than 2 minutes. Some of them are 3 minutes. They say less than a minute's the best ones if you want to have people interact. Unfortunately, we live in an ADD society, unfortunately. So, all right. So now you've seen my LinkedIn page. Any questions on that? All right, here's Facebook. Okay. There we go. This is my professional page for Facebook. Okay. I don't know if y'all know Terry Roth, unfortunately passed away. Love that guy. So you'll see most of the stuff on here. So this is Terry's daughter, who is connected to my professional page there. Obviously, next door is looking for business. Stephen Loy, he's one of my CVP buddies. Todd Klein out of Texas, one of my Carl knows Todd Klein, connected. So most of these that I'm connected with, and or groups, you'll see I'm with groups. I highly encourage you to do groups as well, because a lot of your posts can go into those groups. Okay, unfortunately, that's Fisher. You knew more about them. Shanna Moss, her and her husband he's not only one of my best friends, but they're also my clients. She's on the city council here in Upland. Jamie is my goddaughter and niece. She's a social media. If you need somebody to do your social media on a regular basis, she's definitely capable of doing that. She lives in San Diego, does that for several companies down in San Diego on the side. She's actually a director at a museum in San Diego as well. So you'll see a lot of my posts are, businesses, companies that I'm connected with, and so forth like that. Heidi and Wendy, they used to be agents of mine when they lived down here in Southern California. So you'll see that. But then I'm going to go to my page, and then there's my professional JAG page. You should have a separate JAG page. I have 285 followers. I'm following 36. I can get more followers. I constantly ask for people to follow a Jag page, and ad just went out to do that as well. I can go to my ad center. This is where I design my ads. And you'll see that same ad that I'm doing on LinkedIn, same ad. I've reached 11,924 people. I've had 110 people click on the ad. I'm spending $10 a day. It's not a lot of money, gang, to build that reputation and get out there. I also am promoting the video ad that I did. I've had 5,070 people on Facebook, or actually Meta Business. That's across their entire platform. 276 people have clicked on my video and watched it, and I've spent 166. So between Facebook, that's 240, 250 bucks, and LinkedIn, I've spent about 250 bucks in the last month. So $500 over the last month to get over, what, 400 people to view my ad, to get over 30,000 plus people to see my ad, get minimum of 10 people. I had another webinar, so about 20 to 25 leads from those ads as well. It pays for itself. You're looking at $15, $20 a lead, which you're going to pay for anyway from somebody. What's an annuity lead today is like 250 bucks. These are people reaching out to you, okay? So again, it's consistency and running the ad. I do my seminars now twice a month, the second and fourth Tuesday of every single month. And then I go to my notifications and I look at my notifications. I'm constantly replying, same as LinkedIn. I go in the mornings typically, and I'll sit there and either like or share or post something related to my business. Or comment on something related to their business as well. Now, fortunately on Facebook, most of my connections are actually people that are not part of our industry. There's a few that are part of our industry, but most are not part of our industry. They're connections through Christian business partners or BNI or somebody that I've met on networking events or things of that nature. So that's the ad center. You want to consistently do that. Now, if you don't want to do that, okay, let me go back to my homepage. And let's say you want to just do an ad or you want to do a post, okay? So you can do a post, okay? Just do a post right here and then boost it. And in the boost, you can go in and say who you want that to see. See, that's the neat thing about both LinkedIn and Facebook is you're able to do the demographics. My demographics on my ads are from age 35 plus. Why did I do 35 plus? Because I want not only the 50, there's two categories, 35 to 54, 55 plus. I didn't want just the 55 pluses. I also wanted the 35 pluses as well. The reason being is because they are open, the under 50 market is open to different strategies, different ways to plan and prepare for retirement. They truly believe Social Security is not going to be around when they get ready to retire. Let me tell you, Social Security is going to be around, in my opinion. It's not going away. The IRMA tax on Medicare has made sure of that. It's not going away anytime soon. They have plenty of money coming in. They have enough income coming in from Social Security from 3 workers to pay for everyone that's on Social Security. So they have plenty of money. That's not the issue at all. But they want you to believe that that's the issue, but it's not. But you can go in and choose the demographics that you want on those ads, and you can find, through Canva. So here's some of the free resources. If you're not on Canva, okay, Canva.com's free. You can go in and let's say you want life insurance. You can get all these different ads that you can modify and use as a backdrop as an ad for that. And if you want to be, my favorite word, see that little free? The free button, all of these are free. You can go in and design your own utilizing any of these. And you can change them. Like here it says, Harper, what I see, Harper Healthcare. You can change that to say, Percy Insurance. Change the heart out and put a different picture. Whatever, you can go in and do that. And this is free. They have a premium. Again, I like the word free. I don't pay for Canva. I don't pay for LinkedIn. I don't pay for Facebook. I don't pay for Sales Navigator. I don't pay for premium. All of that I'm doing is on the free stuff. Now, what I am paying for is I'm paying for FMG. I'm paying for Constant Contact. I'm going to show you some Constant Contact, what I do with that as well. I'm paying for Google Ads right now because they gave me $500 to be able to do it. But other than that, I try to do it on a very shoestring budget because my goal is if I can do it on a shoestring budget, then I can show you how to do it on a shoestring budget as well. And Sabrina, Canva is amazing. Yes, they are. Absolutely. And it's free. Again, my word. I love that word, free. Okay. Any questions on that? All right. I talked about Google Maps. Whoops, didn't want that. So if you look Google Maps, you go and search me. I just did this month. I want you to see something. Now, I went out and asked everybody for a review, and everybody on this call today, everybody on this webinar today, I've asked you to go in and give me a review on Google Maps. So I'm going to ask you again, please go in and give Jag a review. And if you're going to give less than 5, don't give me a review. No, I'm just kidding. You be honest, you do what you feel you're comfortable with, but I encourage you to go on and give Jag a review. Now, why do I want you to give Jag a review? The more reviews, and of course, the more positive reviews that Jag gets, the higher up that it's going to show up when somebody goes in and does a Google search. I just got Google My Business fixed like 2.5 weeks ago. It just got fixed. And in that time, look at that. 478 views that people looked me up, that looked up Jag. 478 people viewed Jag Insurance via Google Maps. And as you see, look at that, we're listed there, right where our building's at, okay? I encourage you, go do Google My Business. I encourage you. And I'm going to ask you, please go in and give Jag a review. And I hope it can be a 5-star review. And if not, let me know what I need to do, what we need to do to get that 5-star review from you. Okay. You go in and do this for your business. Just doing this right here alone is going to make a huge difference. And let me show you why. Life insurance agent near me. Okay. Now, you're competing, by the way, when you do ads. Okay. So a lot of times I may not show up. A lot of times I do. So I'm competing against all these people from an ad standpoint. Okay. There I am right there. So I'm not in the top 5 today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm not even in the top 10. Normally I would be in the top 10 most of the time. But when you go in and do Google ads, I'm only spending $17 a day. That's the minimum they allow you to spend. So I'm competing these guys, especially Rick Reed, no relationship to me. This guy spends a ton of money on Facebook, on Google ads for his State Farm agency, which is not too far down the street from us. Been there a long, long time, or, from where I live, I should say. So he's up there. A lot of times I'm above him. Go do Google My Business. It's definitely worth it. Okay. But even if, let's see, if I do just life insurance, look who shows up number 1. Pretty cool, huh? And they gave me $500, $17 a day. I'm number one. I'm the first ad you see. I didn't even say near me. I just said life insurance. Now, when I do Google ads, I was able to go in and do demographics. I was able to go in and say, I only want people in certain areas to see my ad. And I can pick those areas. I can pick the state. I can pick the whole United States. I can pick counties. I can do that. Okay. And you'll see that my ad is active and still going. Number one on the list. Okay.
John?
Again, yes.
How did you do that again?
How did I do what? That's okay.
You did the Google ad, yeah.
So how did I do Google ads?
Yeah, for not a lot.
So Google sent me a link. Let's see if I still have it.
Oh. They said, anyways, they sent you a link.
Yeah, they sent me a link.
Uh-huh.
Once I got my
Google My Business.
Google My Business completed,
Mm-hmm.
and it gave me $500 to spend as long as I spent it within a month. And I clicked on it,
yeah,
and ran the ad. I think though, if you just go, because I'm connected here, Google Ads. If you just do Google Ads,
yeah, I think they'll.
Yeah, good. So now here's my last seven. Check it out. Here's my last 7 days. 20,000 impressions, 352 clicks.
Mm-hmm.
Spent $121.08.
That's brilliant, because isn't that what people do? They go on Google, click life insurance, or okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It's not that I'm generating it. Again, you got to look at it from a networking standpoint. You're networking. You're building your reputation. And it takes time. And I'm technically, literally, in Google, I'm in my first few weeks, and you see the results after just the first few weeks. It takes a little time, but if you do it consistently, if you do it on an ongoing basis, it's going to significantly increase your people's awareness to you, and you're going to have people reach out to you. Like I said, I've got 3 appointments scheduled from all this combination stuff within this month alone for Medicare and for retirement. Okay. And or 10 people scheduled for my seminar tonight. And I've only been advertising my seminar. Today is the 5th day of advertising. So it's just about repetition. It's about continually doing it and ongoing. So, but if you'll see, like I said, I did life insurance.
Yeah.
And I'm the first one that comes up.
Well, it does by location anyway.
It does it by location. Yes, of course.
That's awesome.
And I've set it up that way. When I went in and did the ad, I wanted to do it that way, where it was local. I do California. I do the whole state of California on most of them, with the exception of my webinars and virtual webinars. I only do the 5 counties here in Southern California: San Diego, Orange, San Bernardino, Riverside, and LA County. I do 6. I do Central California, Fresno, Tulare, but it lumps it into one. So that's all I do. I don't do any other parts. Okay. Google review. Again, I'm gonna send this link out later today. I'm gonna ask you to give me a Google review if you'd be kind enough to do that. My YouTube channel, I'm gonna send that out as well today. I'm gonna ask you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You're gonna be able to go there. Like I said, like today's event, if I can figure out how to do it from Zoom, I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel. I think I should be able to do that because I'm recording it. It's gonna be there. You can go back and look at it over and over again. Instead of letting it expire in the Zoom area. And then I have other stuff in there. I'm going to be posting on there as well. Very, mini trainings, maybe 10, 15 minute, 20-minute type trainings to help you out. They're going to be on my YouTube channel as well. So you can go there 24/7 and be able to do that as well. I would also like to encourage you, if you haven't, you should have already received an email. I think I invited all of you. Come to my webinar tonight. Take a look and see what I do. Now, the webinar that I do, the presentation that I have originally came from a company. It's a proprietary Social Security presentation. I can't give it to you all. However, Tom Hegna has one for sale that's absolutely amazing. You can also go to YouTube, type in social media, Social Security maximization webinars, and you'll see some PowerPoints there that you can get ideas to design your own. It's not that complicated. I'm going to eventually be designing one that's not proprietary to the company that I got it from, because I'm not doing much of any business with them, but I did it because I wanted their proprietary Social Security presentation so I could understand it better. Social Security maximization. If you talk about Social Security, inflation, and retirement, those three things are trending tremendously right now. Why is that? One, because people are worried about Social Security, right? Two, inflation is definitely out of hand. I think we would all agree. And people are having to put off retirement. And three, well, we already know where the stock market, what's happening in the stock market. What happened in the stock market today? It's down 20% year to date again, over 6,000. Excuse me, over 6,000. And right now, it's down, it's 29,069 as of right now. So a good chance it could fall below 29,000 today. It hasn't been below that since April of actually since March of 2020. So it's people are worried, and that's why IUL sales, that's why annuity sales are going through the roof right now. If you're not taking advantage of that, you should be, because right now the sales in annuities and the sales in IULs are skyrocketing, and especially in annuities and 401k rollovers. And if you understand, especially if you have that client, and I'm going to do a training that I'm going to post on my YouTube channel on this. If you have a client that's under the age of 62, and they have a lot of money in a 401k, IRA, or things of that nature, you're going to want to talk to them about potentially taking the hit now on taxes, maybe taking that 401k and rolling it, doing a 5-pay or 7-pay plan on an IUL, even doing a premium finance to significantly increase their retirement potential, but rolling that over each year, taking the hit on the taxes that you know now. We already know. If you don't know this, taxes are going up, guaranteed January 1st, 2026. How do I know that? Because the Trump tax increases or tax decreases expire then. So they're already going to go up. And believe me, the current administration right now is not going to vote to keep them in force in any way, shape, or form. In fact, he proposed it to go up. Obviously it'll not go through. And we're not at the highest tax rates we've ever been. The average top end tax rate in America has been 57.4% over the lifetime of when income tax was implemented. So the tax today, and that's one of the things I preach to my clients. Let me show you how to do tax advantage strategies so that you're not having to worry about the IRMA tax. The IRMA tax is on Medicare. Those of you that sell Medicare know about the IRMA tax. It's a 2-year look back. So you've got to get everything rolled over prior to age 63 in order to not get hit with that IRMA tax. That law was passed under the Obama administration. So I'm going to touch on that tonight. I highly encourage you, if you have time, for about an hour and 15, hour and a half at the most, to see my webinar tonight at 6:30 on Social Security maximization. Just you all should have already got the link, so I highly encourage you to go there as well. All right. Any questions? Going once.
We must have some. I know I have a million, but it's a lot to do.
Well, I have one for everybody.
Okay, what's that?
Was today helpful?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. I know, like I said in the beginning, I'm a baby at this. I'm just learning this myself. Okay. But if you ever have any questions, if you ever want more information, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Here's the cool thing is, just as I told you, my LinkedIn coach on Friday, where'd it go? So I probably already filed it. On Friday, every Friday, I get.
You get paid. No.
I wish. Miguel is my LinkedIn coach. So you'll see on, I still have it in here. I must have it in my inbox. So there, you'll see, he sent me this on Friday. It's a recording of everything that he views my ads, tells me what I did right, tells me what I need to improve on. And then he puts it in writing too. Tells me this is what I should do. Make it 7 days. I thought I made it 7 days, by the way. I went from Wednesday to Tuesday. To me, that's 7 days. I found out that both Facebook and LinkedIn don't look at that as 7 days. Tuesday to Tuesday, 7 days, not Wednesday to Tuesday. So something new you learn, right? Yeah. And then narrowing down the target size. Unfortunately, mine was 2.4 million. You want to keep it somewhere between 300. He's got 30K. It's actually 300 to 500,000 people as well. Subtext on my video, subtitles, I mean, on my video as well. And use 4 to 5 different rotating ads within the same budget. I only have 2 within the same budget. So I get these every Friday from him. And if I have questions, we schedule a one-on-one virtually. It's all free. Get it simply by placing ads on Facebook. So that's a good thing. So I appreciate y'all coming on. Let me see if there's very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome, Mike. You're welcome, Carl, as well. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and I hope this has helped you look at it like you're networking. And then again, the other thing is consistency. And that is every day, take 15, 20 minutes, go on Facebook, go on LinkedIn, look at posts, post yourself, share a post, make comments when you share a post, things of that nature. One last thing I'll also tell you is I've learned is on your website, which I'm going to be doing, is you want to have a live chat, a button where they can click on the chat and it'll instantaneously go to your phone or your computer. I'm going to have mine go to my phone, even in the middle of the night. I won't answer it in the middle of the night, but during the day, if they go to my website and they want to talk to somebody immediately, they're going to be able to click on that button and it's going to go direct to my phone and I can interact with the client. That alone, I saw a statistic, that alone increases your clients by over 15% by having that chat button on there. So I encourage you to do that as well. Again, thank you very much. You all have a wonderful and blessed day, blessed week, prosperous week. Go out and help clients. Get ready for the busy season. 7 months. This is our time to shine. Let me know. Let us know what we can do to help you have your best end of 2022 as well as the best beginning of your 2023. Take care. Have a wonderful and blessed day. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.